Check, check. Can I please get a microphone check? Please let me know in the chat if you can hear my voice. Please also do yourself a huge favor. Learn the #1 rule in DeFi. So right here, we do DeFi the right way. What is the right way? The right way to do DeFi and crypto is to maintain full custody, meaning full ownership of your coins and tokens. Thanks, LCM. Nice to see you. Nice to see you, Tony. Thank you guys for tuning in. So we maintain full custody, full ownership, full control of our coins and tokens. To do that, we use a Web3 wallet. And a Web3 wallet is a seed phrase. A seed phrase is a wallet. A wallet is a seed phrase. It's that 12-word phrase that acts as your master key, your private master key, your secret master key. So when you start getting into crypto and DeFi, you want to keep that seed phrase to yourself. It's also known as a secret recovery phrase. Emphasis on the word secret. Keep it a secret. I recommend that you keep it as a hard copy, not as some kind of file on a phone or a computer. Those devices could get hacked and you could lose your seed phrase, at which point you're going to lose all of your crypto. Game over. So keep it as a hard copy. Never give your seed phrase to anybody, no matter what they say to you. There are all kinds of unscrupulous scammer types out there. They're going to try to trick you. Normally, they're going to try to get you to go to a website and enter your 12 words into a website. So don't do that. Don't fall for the tricks. Never email it to anybody, not even to yourself. Never enter it anywhere online, like a website. You don't need your seed phrase ever again, really, in the future. Only if you are restoring your wallet on a new device. So if you lost your phone or you got a new phone or a new computer and you want to restore your wallet on that new device, that is the one and only time that you'd have to whip out that seed phrase from its secure and safe location, enter that seed phrase to restore your wallet on that new device, and then lock it back away. That's it. You never need to give your seed phrase to anybody. Just keep it safe, keep it to yourself. So thank you for tuning in. It is Wednesday, July 17th. I'm streaming a little bit early because I've got somewhere to be tonight. I'm going to try to make this a quick stream. Just want to do some updates on what's been going on with my 3 concentrated liquidity positions, and let you guys in on, sort of what the earnings have been. I'll need my calculator. Let me open that up. All of these positions are earning a nice passive income, and that's the majority of what I'm doing in DeFi these days. I am invested in a couple of different protocols, but my main bread and butter, so to speak, is providing concentrated liquidity, mostly on PancakeSwap, but we will get into some more details. So please like the video on your way in, share the stream with as many people as you can. Let's get the attendance up. Let's get the YouTube algorithm working in our favor. My mission is to bring cryptocurrency and decentralized finance to all humans. It is a way better financial and monetary system, crypto and DeFi, compared to the system that we currently have, which is based on never-ending debt. We have a debt-based fiat currency system. It is horrible for 99.999% of all humans, and it only benefits the very, very small minority of people who own the commercial banks and the central banks. They are the ones benefiting from the system. Everybody else is losing. So my mission is to bring all people out of the fiat currency system. Excuse me. I just got my hair cut, so I've got little bits of hair going on. Hopefully I don't get anything into my eyeball with my hard contact lenses. It'll be a disaster. So let's knock on wood. Hope that doesn't happen. Anyway, my mission is to bring people out of, deliver people out of this heinous debacle called debt-based fiat currency and into cryptocurrency. It's a much more fair system. It's a It's an equal playing field, level playing field, so to speak. And it's just way, way better. And there's a huge transfer of wealth. So it's actually to your benefit, I strongly believe, to get as much of your money out of the fiat system and into the crypto system. And providing liquidity is a great way to do that. You can invest some capital. Nothing is financial advice, of course, on this channel, just education, but you can invest your capital in these concentrated liquidity pools and earn some very, very handsome rates of return, or APRs, as we say, annual percentage rate. We're talking about 100% a year plus. So very nice way to earn some passive income while you sort of wait for this transfer of wealth to take place. And you're betting on what I believe is going to be the winning side of this huge transformation that's coming. It has already started. So let me switch the screen. Let's take a look at the Doge chart. This is one of my positions. And then let me just acknowledge the good folks who have tuned in. We've got longtime viewers, Tony and LCM. Thank you guys. Molian as well. Nice to see you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Don't forget to share the stream, like the video. We got one of my steadfast, reliable, fantastic attitude admins in the Team Drip Guide Telegram chat. By the way, I do education via these live streams. This is a live stream. So feel free to ask questions and continue your learning journey. But if you missed the live stream, you missed the opportunity to ask a question, join the Telegram group completely free, t.me/Team Drip Guide. It's a free chat application called Telegram. Team Drip Guide is my group. It's open to everybody. Ask your questions in that chat and look for the answers in the chat. Watch out for the private messages and the direct messages or DMs. Those are always going to be scammers trying to trick you. But if you want to continue your journey, you want to get started with your journey into crypto and DeFi, that is the whole reason for that Telegram group. Ask your questions, get your answers in the chat. Don't be shy. Don't ever think that your question is too simple or you're too much of a newbie to even ask a question, please. That is the whole point. And the same goes for the live stream right here. So, yep. Make sure to turn on the notification so you can get a notification from YouTube every time I go live. Texas is represented. Yeah, I went whitewater kayaking a couple of days ago, and as they say, I shot the hooch. Shoot the hooch. I went kayaking on the Chattahoochee River and paddle, and my wrist was really, really hurting at the end of the day. So I've been wearing that for a couple of days. Nothing to do with the line dancing that Dr. DeFi Guide and I like to do. Steven, thank you for tuning in. Nice to see you, sir. Yeah, I originally had a carpal tunnel issue back when I was working for the man, working a full-time job in my house as a tech support engineer. I started to have some issues with the wrist. So anyway, thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to go over again my 3 main concentrated liquidity positions. Going to try to wrap it up within about 45 minutes. Again, feel free to ask any questions. I have one eye on the chat over here. So first position I have is in Doge BNB. Now, as I always do, I have switched the price chart here. This is dexscreener.com. I've switched it into BNB mode. So it's displaying the price chart of Doge in terms of BNB. In other words, how many BNB tokens does it take to buy or sell one Doge token? Okay, the reason I display the price chart in that way is because that is the price or the ratio that matters to my concentrated liquidity position. When I'm providing liquidity for this liquidity pool, I'm facilitating swaps between BNB and Doge, or vice versa, Doge to BNB, right? So that's the price that affects my liquidity position. That is the price that affects whether or not my position is in range. So you can see illustrated by this rectangle, that's my current range. And it dropped out of range. The price or the ratio dropped out of my range quite a while ago. It's been, it's been over a month since that fell out of range. I've just been waiting for Doge to come up versus BNB. It's happened in the past. There have been times, periods of time where Doge was outperforming BNB. So the ratio or the price of Doge in BNB has gone up in the past, but it's been lagging here lately for the last month. So of course, when you're providing liquidity and the price is out of range, you're no longer earning that sweet passive income. You're no longer earning that good APR. So I've been not really wanting to swap my Doge for, or swap half of my Doge for BNB. I could have established, and I could right now establish a brand new Doge BNB position, but my position or my capital is currently 100% Doge. So in order to start a new position with a lower price range, I'd have to swap some portion of that Doge into BNB. And I've been remiss to do that because the relative price is low. I don't want to sell my Doge at a low price. It's that hasn't turns out it hasn't been the greatest of decisions, and no one could have predicted that we would stay down here in terms of the price for the last month, right? Um, and that's just the nature of the beast. You do have to you are at the mercy of price, right? And you can never predict the price action in advance. I had what I thought was a pretty wide range, and I was looking forward to the price sort of bouncing back and forth within this range. Not worried about, temporary drops below or above my range. And so when this happened, I thought, well, I don't want it to be down here. I'd rather have it be in range, but it'll probably bounce back and get itself back into range. And then the days went by, the weeks went by, and it hasn't recovered. So I'm going to continue to sit on this position for now. And to be honest, I think I'm going to choose a different pair. At the time, I chose Doge BNB because this was a very active pair. There was a lot of volume, daily volume compared to the total liquidity in the pool. And that is ideal for a liquidity provider like me. The more volume you have compared to the size of your position, you're a percentage of the overall liquidity in the pool. And the more volume you have, the more swap fees your position is earning. Again, as long as the price is within your range. So that's why I initially chose Doge BNB. I also thought, Doge isn't the most attractive of tokens from my perspective, but I'm just one dude. And I know that anytime I talk to somebody in the general public and I tell them that I'm invested and I'm dealing, I'm an investor in crypto, almost always, if they have bought any crypto, it's going to be Doge. I hear so much on the street about Doge. So I thought, well, okay, I don't really mind hodling a bunch of Doge, which I think that's what I'll end up doing. And then I have some new fresh capital coming in here pretty soon, and I will select probably a different pair on Pancake Swap. I probably will go for something like ETH BNB or maybe Solana, BNB, something paired with BNB that I want to own. I love owning BNB. I'm a huge fan of the BNB chain. So I love hodling some BNB. And I did recently buy the dip. Like if you look at my channel, I took advantage of the recent dip and I'm loving this current rally. Nice. Yeah, I'd be curious to know which liquidity pools, which pairs you're providing liquidity for. I like to stick to sort of the main name brand cryptos, and I like cryptos that are involved with decentralized finance and tokens that are used for gas fees, right? I feel like that's, no matter which meme token or which project is the flavor of the week and is pumping, everybody needs to do business. Everybody needs to execute transactions on these different blockchains, whether it's Solana, whether it's ZK Sync, BNB chain, even Ethereum. People need those tokens to pay their gas fees to do transactions, no matter what they're doing in crypto, right? So I like to provide liquidity for BNB, ETH, ZK Sync or ZK, Solana, and I recently opened up a new position in Sui, which was one of my 3 positions. So we'll talk about all of those. But I would be curious, RD, what's your favorite token to provide liquidity for? But yeah, a recent live stream. What was it? 2 weeks ago, July 5th. Yeah, it was exactly 2 weeks ago, buying the dip. Right. So on July 5th or thereabouts, I picked up some SWE. So somewhere in this neighborhood, well below 70 cents. So that's doing really well. I also picked up some ZK round about the 15-cent mark, if I recall correctly. I picked up some Solana. July 5th. So I know I paid less than, I think I paid around 131. So that has rallied pretty nicely. I picked up some ETH. So these are my favorite tokens. ETH, BNB, Solana, kind of Doge, ZK, and SWE. SWE I picked up for less than 70 cents. I want to say about 66 cents. Didn't quite catch this dip right here, but I feel like I got in somewhere in this neighborhood on the 6th. That sounds familiar. So around 67, 68 cents, I believe. That has already spiked up pretty dang well. What is the percentage on that? I'm just curious. So if we're at 85.5 cents and we bought it at 68 cents, we're already up 25, 26% on that purchase over there. So those are my main holdings there. By the way, if you don't want to watch that whole video, if you want to get involved with SWE, I recommend the Portal Bridge. So it's just portalbridge.com. This is a great way to get tokens from, for example, I always go from BNB chain over to SWE using USDC on BNB chain and bridging it from BNB chain over to SWE. And I use the SWEET wallet. That's not the SWEET wallet. That is my Phantom wallet where I'm currently holding my Solana. This is my SWE or my SWEET wallet where I'm still holding just some straight up SWE tokens. which again is the gas token that you're using to do any transactions on that network. And I provided some liquidity. I think I did this on my last stream last week. I provided SWI and USDC. Okay, so that is my range right there, 68 cents up to 90 cents. And I did this. I need to do some maintenance on this position, so I'm going to get into that in a moment. Did this on July 10th, around 7 in the evening. I just want to mark my rectangle on that bad boy. July 10th. Around 1900. So it's 0.6825 up to 0.904, I think is what it was. $49. So that's my range. So I'm happy with that. Again, you're never going to know what the price action is going to do in advance. And I did hold on to a good size bag of just SWI tokens. So why would I do that? So whenever you're providing liquidity, okay, if you're a fan of the token that you're providing liquidity for, and you think it's going to go up in value over the long haul, you do want to hang on to a side bag of those tokens. And you don't want to stuff everything into a liquidity position like this, because as a liquidity provider, you are always taking the opposite side of every swap. So if someone comes to the liquidity pool or the decentralized exchange and they buy SWI, they're going to pay with USDC. So that trader or that investor is putting USDC into the liquidity pool and extracting SWI tokens, right? So think about that as a liquidity provider. You're on the opposite side of that transaction. You are receiving, your position is receiving USDC and giving SWI. So what that means is if the price is going up like it has been, your liquidity position is slowly but surely selling all of its SWI. If and when price gets to the top of your range, for this example, if price gets up here to 90 cents, my liquidity position will be sold out of SWI. My liquidity position will have sold all of its SWI tokens in exchange for USDC. So that means that my position will be 100% USDC, 0% SWI, right? Which isn't a bad outcome. But if price hits 90 cents and then keeps going, let's say it gets back up to $1.50 or $1.20 like it was back in April, I want to still be holding some SWI. In fact, my long-term thesis on SWI and all these other main cryptos is that they're just going to keep going up. Against the dollar, they're just going to keep going up. That's what I believe. So I want to hang on to these tokens for the long haul. I want to hodl these tokens. So that's why I didn't put all of my eggs into the liquidity pool. I kept some on the side, which you can see in my SWI wallet. I still have almost 2,000 SWI tokens sitting there in my wallet. The rest I put into the liquidity pool. And I did that. When did I do that? I think I did. Well, I did that on the 10th. I just said. So I did that live on the stream here. So if you want to go back and watch the live stream from last week, you can actually watch me going through the process of creating that liquidity position. I did the whole thing from start to finish. I bridged over some capital. I switched it from BNB flavor USDC to wormhole flavor USDC, which is something that you have to do to get USDC over on the SWE network. And then, of course, I put the USDC and a certain amount of my SWE tokens into the liquidity pool, designated my range, did everything on that stream. So if you're interested in that, of course, not financial advice, but that's how you would learn how to create your very own liquidity position on FlowX Finance. So let's maintain this position. It's still within range. Excuse me. So there's nothing to do in terms of removing the liquidity, but I have been able to earn a decent amount of yield. So $53 worth of SWE and USDC tokens. I also received almost $85 worth of incentive rewards, which is something that FlowX.finance is paying to incentivize people like me to provide liquidity. So I'm going to go ahead, excuse me, I'm going to go ahead and harvest that. Actually, my SWE is not on the ledger, so I think I can just hit the claim button. And cool, close. Then I'm also going to claim my incentive rewards, which is just going to give me some extra SWE tokens, which is lovely. Doesn't look like it has updated yet, or maybe that transaction hasn't finished. I'm just going to refresh the tab. It doesn't look like I successfully claimed this, so let me try this again. Success. Now it shows 0 available. Let's check the wallet. That looks better. So now I have 2,052.2 SWE tokens and a handful of USDC as well. I'm just going to leave that there. In terms of, excuse me, adding some of these tokens back into the liquidity position, I might do that, but I think I will wait. I think I will wait and see if I see price coming down towards the lower part of this range. I will probably take advantage of that by using my little bit of USDC to buy some more SWE. If we get up here, I will have pure USDC, and I'm bullish on SWE, so I would probably just hodl that USDC and wait to see if I could get a dip. So maybe I would hope and wait for the price to drop back down to middle of range, perhaps, and then put that USDC, swap half of it for SWE and put it back in. But anyway, that will have to be a decision for another day because it hasn't done that yet. It's still within range. So Doge BNB, SWE USDC, those are two of my three main liquidity positions. The last but not least is my ZK ETH position. I've been really happy with this position. I'm wishing at this point, you know, hindsight is always 2020 with this. I'm wishing I had used this more narrow range, but even with this wide, relatively wide range, and again, we're showing the price in terms of ETH, not dollars. But even with this somewhat wide range, I am still earning some great APR. The ZK Sync network is available with Rabby. So I'm going to switch over to Ledger 3. And we'll take a look on PancakeSwap. Now, PancakeSwap is a DEX that is active on multiple different blockchains. So in order to see my position on the ZK Sync network, I do need to use this menu option here and select the ZK Sync era network. Now that we're connected to the right network, I'm going to show you guys the liquidity position. Let's go to the Earn tab. So as soon as I provided this ZK/ETH liquidity, of course, I then took my LP token, my NFT, and I staked it to earn a little bit of extra yield in the form of cake. So this is the way that PancakeSwap, the exchange, incentivizes people to provide liquidity. They give us a little bit of extra yield in the form of cake tokens, which anytime I earn some cake, I pretty much just swap it for something that I really want, like ETH or ZK in this instance. But let's take a look. So I'm currently earning well over 100% APR. Think about that for a second. Think about that for your non-crypto friends. You know, most people are happy with 4 or 5% a year. This is currently paying 128%. The breakdown is mostly the APR is coming in the form of the swap fees, which is what we earn as liquidity providers, and a tiny amount of APR is coming from cake. But hey, every little bit counts. I've earned 58 cents in cake. So nothing to write home about, but let's take a look at the position. 77. By the way, when I claimed those earnings on SWE, if I remember the numbers correctly, I think it was around $54 and $84. And that was a week's worth of earnings on about $2,460 worth of capital in the liquidity position. So let's do the math on that. $138 divided by 7 days, because I put this liquidity position in place 7 days ago, right? On the 10th. Yep. About $19, almost $20 a day, divided by 2460. So almost exactly 0.8% a day. 0.8% a day is beautiful. And like I said, that's with a relatively wide range. I could have gone narrower than this, and it's been working great. But I'm more than happy, and I'm collecting tokens that I want to hodl long term. I'm collecting ETH, bullish on ETH. I'm collecting ZK, bullish on ZK. So let's do the same maintenance on this position. Let's just collect our passive income. Pretty dang easy. I'm just going to hit the collect button. Going to be getting some ETH and some ZK. Boom. Like I said, Rabby is already set up to connect to the ZK Sync network. Everything looks just like you're used to on BNB chain using Rabby. I definitely highly recommend the Rabby app for your Web3 wallet app. I like it much, much more than MetaMask, which is what a lot of people use. I do have a link below. If you want to download the Rabby app, you can use that link and get extra Rabby points, which I don't know what they're good for, but hey, points are points. All right, so let's see here. Let's look at the history. I just received what was it? It was like $77, right? I received $77 and my liquidity position is 1874. So that is about 4%. However, let's see. That one has been in there for 12 days. So my daily rate on that is only 0.34%. So not as good as the SUI USDC, but not bad at all. So that's it. We haven't heard anything from Forex regarding Black Cube Finance. We haven't heard anything regarding SwapX and when that's going to launch. A couple of weeks ago, I invested in EMP Fusion. So I do have a video from 2 or 3 weeks ago, right here, June 24th. So if you're interested in EMP Fusion, it's a completely it's a passive income system that is completely funded by real revenue sources, as opposed to what I call musical chairs, where your passive income is dependent upon other investors coming in after you've invested. So none of that with EMP Fusion, and the EMP token has been doing pretty well. Of course, EMP is paired with ETH. So ETH has also been doing well. So it's kind of a double whammy there. EMP, yeah, this one. So it does seem to have bottomed out around 17 cents. Excuse me, around 16 cents, and pumped pretty decently from there. Yeah, that's about 25% there. Pulling back a little bit, but still well above the price that I paid for my EMP token. So that was another token that I bought when I bought the dip a couple of weeks ago. Yep. So yeah, not much else to talk about, really. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure to join the Telegram group if you're watching this on the recorded version. Thank you for watching my videos. Please like the video, leave a comment down below. Definitely join the Telegram group if you're looking to get into DeFi and you need some help. from someone that you can trust. I've been doing this for over 3 years now. I quit my job in January of 2022 thanks to DeFi. And I've been doing this, what I love to do, for, 2.5 years now. It's crazy, right? Yeah, 2.5 years. Getting ready to go down to Puerto Rico right around the beginning of August. So I'm taking advantage these days of being here in the States with my wife. She just started her residency. So she's been busy, but we've been taking advantage of being in the same state with each other. And any time that she gets off, we've been, spending some quality time together, getting ready to go down to Puerto Rico for like 3 months. So that's going to be kind of a drag in terms of me and my wife and my family, but at least I'll be able to continue to get those tax benefits relative to Act 60 and in Puerto Rico. So got to do what you got to do. You got to pay your dues. And maintain that. I got to pay my dues and maintain that Puerto Rico residency. So anyway, that's it for me, guys. I don't see any other questions. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate you. And yeah, I'm going to call it a night. All right, guys. I'll see you next time.